Well. We are back, actually inside the chapel. Yes, we've managed to go mobile with this now. It's Monday. It's yours truly, Pastor Leo Cunningham, A.K.A. Chapel Guy. Yes, that's right. We are back inside of the chapel. And so it's different. There's a little bit more of an echo from in here. We're going to try to get that figured out. But hey, just wanted to make sure I chimed in. I know we're running a little late. Had a lot of tech issues. Computers can be tricky things, but that's okay. Why? Because we're together. And that's really the point I want to talk about today. The importance of being better together. So we've talked about this man named David in the Bible. David did all types of things. He was a shepherd. He was the man who beat Goliath in a battle of big versus evil. He eventually became king. He is like the great grandfather of Jesus. But he also wrote music. David used to write poems, and he also would write songs. Now, we've got some of his songs in the Bible. And one of the songs he wrote is in a book that's in the Bible called Psalm 133. Now, that psalm talks about how good and pleasant meaning wonderful, how good and wonderful it is when people can work together. When people are, the word he uses is unity. And David talks about how good it is and how wonderful it is when people are working together. He says it's almost like that special smell that would be on Aaron's robe. Now, what's he mean by that? Well, have you ever gone somewhere that you hadn't been in a long time, and you smell something that brings back all of these memories and all of this excitement? Maybe you've got a relative who's got a shirt or a special perfume, or I know when my kids used to like to we used to go to the movies before COVID, and they could smell the popcorn and they would get excited. Or if I would go on a trip and would stay with my parents, I'd come back home, and sometimes my kids would be like, "Hey, your shirt smells like grandma's house." And it brought back happy memories. Well, David talks about how great it is when people are together and working together and trying to do all the same things. That it's almost like having that remembering that happy smell. And he talks about how important that is. That things are always better when everybody's working for the same thing, trying to head the same direction. He says that we're better when we're united. We're better when we're together. It's almost like when you're trying to row a boat, or maybe some of you have never seen anybody row a boat before. But if you're all trying to row the boat, you got to row the same direction. It's just much easier. When everybody's working together with the same idea, everybody's working together trying to get the same things done. We're better together than we are apart. David wanted people to remember that, especially because he wrote that song. He wrote that song at a time when people used to have to travel great distances. So he wrote these like traveling songs that you could listen to. But they were songs that taught lessons. Now, fortunately, we have David's words, but we don't have David's music. So it's not like we can play it on the piano or play it on a guitar. But we've at least got his words. The musicians could figure the rest of that stuff out. They can maybe make it up as they go. But anytime things get bad or things get tense or you feel like you don't want to be a part of something, remember, we're better together All right. With that being said, I have to grab the drum of dismissal. And it's going to echo because, we're in that space. Busy bees, you're dismissed. Dino A, Dino B, you're dismissed. Piglets, you are dismissed. Monkeys, you are dismissed. Tigers, you are dismissed. Songbirds, dismissed. School agers and beyond, you are dismissed. And I'm going to dismiss myself. Pastor Leo Cunningham, A.K.A. the Chapel Guy, coming to you on a Monday from not the big worship room. We are actually back inside the chapel. And I will see you next week.